Before Rome was an empire, before it was a republic, before it was even a city of mud huts on 7 hills, it was a basket, a simple wicker basket floating on the swollen waters of the Tiber River. Inside that basket were 2 boys, twins. Inside their veins flowed the blood of gods, the wrath of kings, and the destiny of the world. This is the story of Romulus and Remus, the myth of Rome's founding. Long ago, the ancient city of Alba Longa was ruled by a king named Numitor. He was a good king. But good kings, as you know, often attract jealous brothers. His younger brother, Amulius, was cruel and ambitious. He stole the throne, he murdered Numitor's sons, and to ensure his brother's bloodline would never challenge him again, he forced Rhea Silvia to become a Vestal virgin, sworn to chastity, sworn to never have children. The line of Numitor would die with her, or so Amulius believed. But the gods had other plans. One night, as Rhea Silvia slept, the god Mars, god of war, god of passion, god of destiny itself, visited her. Some say he came as a gentle breeze. Others say he appeared in full armor, his eyes burning with the fire of creation. From that union, twins were born. 2 boys, strong, beautiful, screaming with the lungs of future emperors. When Amulius heard the news, his blood ran cold. These children were a threat, a living prophecy of his downfall. He ordered the twins to be drowned in the Tiber. Their mother fought, she begged, but it was useless. The soldiers took the children and carried them to the river. But the servant given this task, he had a soft heart. He could not drown babies. So instead, he placed them in a basket and set them adrift on the river. "Let the gods decide their fate," he whispered. And the Tiber, as if it understood, rose gently. It carried the basket downstream, away from death, toward destiny, until the current gently pushed them toward a bank. Beneath a fig tree, the sacred Ficus Ruminalis, the basket came to rest. The boys were cold, hungry, alone. But they were not alone long. From the surrounding hills, a she-wolf descended. Her own cubs had recently been killed by hunters. Her body ached with unused milk. Her heart ached with unused love. She found the twins. She cleaned them with her tongue. This wolf, this lupa, became their mother. A woodpecker, the sacred bird of Mars, joined her. Together they fed the twins, protected them. Soon a human found them, a shepherd named Faustulus. He watched the wolf tend to the boys, and he knew these were no ordinary children. When the wolf finally left to hunt, Faustulus approached. He took the twins home. He and his wife raised them as their own. They named the boys Romulus and Remus. The boys grew, the hills waited, destiny approached. The boys became men, shepherds no longer content with sheep. They knew, somewhere in their blood, that hills awaited their claim. But the hills held old wounds. Numitor's shepherds and Amulius's men shared no peace, and the twins, wild, proud, born of Mars, would not back down. Before the usurper king, Remus stood in chains. He did not know this man, but this man knew him. And in that moment the old shepherd spoke, the basket, the river, the wolf, the truth of who they were, and whose blood truly ruled Alba Longa. Romulus gathered the shepherds of the hills.
He told them of the rightful king, of the brother in chains, of the blood that called for justice, and they rose. They stormed the palace. Shepherds became soldiers. Justice became steel. The man who would be king of the world stood before the man who would have let him drown. Justice has a face, and it was Romulus. The usurper fell, the king returned, and in that moment 2 shepherds learned they were princes. Alba Longa was their grandfather's, but the hills beyond, they called to something deeper, a city of their own, a name that would never die. But brothers, even loving brothers, cannot agree on everything. Romulus wanted the Palatine, Remus preferred the Aventine. Remus saw 6 vultures first, then Romulus saw 12. They argued. Remus claimed priority, Romulus claimed numbers, both claimed the throne. And then Remus did something foolish. A wall any enemy could cross, he laughed, and he leaped. In a flash of rage, the rage of Mars, his divine father, Romulus swung his tool, and his brother fell. His brother, his twin, the boy who shared his basket, his wolf milk, his every battle, gone by his hand. Romulus stood over the body and spoke the words that would echo for eternity. So perish every one who shall hereafter leap over my walls. Romulus named the city after himself, Roma, Rome. He populated it with outcasts, runaways, and dreamers. He gave them laws, he gave them wives, he gave them an identity. And when he died, or as some say, vanished in a sudden storm, taken up by his father Mars, the people did not weep, they worshipped. And so we remember them, Romulus and Remus, 2 boys in a basket, suckled by a wolf, divided by a wall, united in eternity. Because every great city, every great story is built on something: love, ambition, loss, and sometimes a little blood. Thank you for watching Mythica Mundi. Subscribe and join us next time for more stories from the forgotten corners of myth. Until then, the myths are waiting.